Well, I think the series is looking to take these the Grimm's fairy tales and sort of envelop them into the real world, so that we're not looking at parallel universes. We're actually saying that these stories, these creatures exist in the real world, and that and we're sort of what we're looking to do is sort of spin them on their head a little bit and sort of fracture them. So take pieces of different fairy tales and put them together to help tell the story. And the lead, David Giantoli's character Nick, is the Grimm, and he's the one who's basically the seer. The brothers Grimm, they were profilers in their own right in their time, and so he's in a sense a profiler, and he's the one who can see the what lies beneath the mask, if you will. Oddly enough, I've never been stung by a bee before. So I don't even know how to I can't even sort of channel this sense memory or whatever, but or a method, if you will. But I think that it's going to be interesting. I think the whole episode in itself will be very interesting, because I think the mythology of the bees, for Dave's character, I think they're there to protect, in a sense. So when you think that the bees are there to attack, they're actually sort of there to protect David's character from what evil lurks around him. And so I think it's interesting finding out within the story who's good and who's evil, even though they're creatures. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a very interesting episode in that sense, because we're finding out they're different. There's good and evil, obviously, in this world, in this universe, and so he's getting introduced to both good and evil. I think that it's definitely I would sense of like sort of a mentor mentee. Nick is younger. I think that you could almost say that Hank at a time was a little cynical about the job. And I really feel as if, Nick's presence now in their partnership, has sort of invigorated his life and his enthusiasm for the job now, And just because you're seeing this young person who has this uncanny ability to sort of read between the lines, if you will, and as we say, people like to say, he's able just to just see who people really are, you know what I mean? And I think Hank finds that very interesting, and so it just kind of and then it's just building their relationship and building their partnership through that, and also him being younger and him Hank being a little older, so you always want to just you're always looking to just rib a young kid and tell them where they're wrong and where they're making some mistakes and some missteps and whatnot, and also just sort of exert your infinite wisdom, you know what I mean? I think that's what brings about a lot of the humor. Hank's he's a little older, so he thinks he knows it all, so he just tries to let Nick know that. But it's fun though, because I think our dynamic is interesting. I mean, it's like Silas and I always talk. It's like his character Monroe gets to be crazy funny, and my character is cool funny, you know what I mean? And just sort of adding that dynamic can be interesting in letting that relationship grow, because I think you get a chance to just allow some of the our real life banter that we do off the set kind of infuse into who the characters are too, you know what I mean? So, I'm a very soulful individual, you know what I mean? And Dave's a straight-laced dude, you know what I mean? His humor's exploited in a different way, and it's funny and it's great, and then I have my thing on the other side of town. So it's just wonderful that these two great tastes can come together.